Hello guys, welcome to another SoapUI tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to understand more about the very common methods in the REST and that are get, post, put and delete. So I'll go ahead and explain a bit more about these very commonly used methods that you will be utilizing a lot in your REST API automation testing. So just to cover a little bit of brief about these methods. So get, as it is pretty self-explanatory. The get method is used to read or retrieve a representation of a resource. Okay, what this means is basically, say for example, you are retrieving the number of subscribers um, for your YouTube account, or the number of subscribers for the Twitter account, right? So let's open this Twitter API. Now you want to see what are the current number of subscriber for your Twitter account as of now. So get method will give you a representation of that particular state or number of subscriber at that particular instance when this get request hits the server. Now say for example, after 20 minutes time you again hit this get request, the representation of that particular or the number of subscriber might be different, because there might be new subscriber that would have subscribed in those 20 minutes to your account. And after the 20-minute, the representation or the response will be different as compared to what you will get now. And that is why it says that it's a representation of it will give you the representation or retrieve the data of the resource as it is now. Now the next method is basically the post. So the post method is most often utilized to create new resources, right? So for example, you want to post a video on a YouTube channel, right? So you post a video, so you have a web interface provided by the YouTube wherein you can upload the videos or the content that you are looking for. Or say for example, you are uploading a document to your Google Drive, right? So that's basically a post. And the same operation you can do using the API, directly calling the bare API without having the user interface. So what user interface does is it gives you a nice look UI, which is more usable as compared to just working through the code or working through the services. But in the background, it's all the APIs or the web services that work below these UIs. So post is basically to post the resource or create the new resource. Say for example, in the library management system, you want to post a book, or you want to create a new record, new resource of a book. So you post a request and it will create a new resource. Now put is another one which is basically utilized to update the resource. So post is to create the new resource. Say you have a library management system or employee management system wherein you want to create a new resource. You will utilize a post method, but put is to update the existing resource. So if you have some resource already existing, say for example, you have the employee named ABC, and you want to update some of the information of that particular employee. Say for example, their address has changed and you want to update it, so you use the put method instead of post method. Now the next is the delete, which is very commonly used. As the name suggests, it is used to delete a resource. So if you want to delete a particular resource, you use a delete method. So these are the very commonly used methods in the REST API testing. Now let's open the tool SoapUI and I'll go through this method list. So you have the get, post, put, delete, and there are many more: head, options, trace, patch, which are not very frequently used. They are used, but most commonly used are these top 4 ones, which you will be utilizing a lot in your API testing. So if you want to select any particular method, you just select it from the drop down. If you want to post, select the post, And in the post method, you will see that you have to provide the media type or the string to post. So why is this important? Because in order to get the details, you can simply provide the parameters and get it. But in the post, for example, you're logging into certain portal which will require your username and password, so that you cannot provide in the endpoint or in the URL, right? So you have to provide it as a body which will be sent as an encrypted message. Now the next is the put. So if you want to update a resource, select the put method, and if you want to delete a resource, select the delete method. Now let's go ahead and start working on one of the REST project and start doing some of the manual testing and the automation. So what I'll be using today or in this tutorial series for REST API is the deck of cards API, which is a REST API which we'll use to understand the manual testing of the REST API and the automation testing of the REST API. So if you see the documentation of this API, you have the shuffle card, so which will basically shuffle a deck of card, and deck count can be like 6 decks or single deck. The default is 1 deck which will contain 52 cards in it, right? So if you just use this API and say deck count 1, pass it as a parameter as 1, it will shuffle the card and give you the deck ID of that particular card. Now there are some other resources as well which we'll use. So here you will see that you can draw the card. So here we are doing the shuffle. So if you see that API, that's one of the resource, and these are the parameters. So here we are shuffling the card, and here in the next we are drawing the card from the shuffle deck. So we can draw the number of cards that we want to use, we want to draw from the deck. So we are providing the count, the number of cards that we want to draw, and then in the response it will show which cards have been drawn from that particular deck and how many, what is the deck ID and the remaining number of cards. So let's go ahead and use this API as an example and understand how you can do the API REST API testing. There are many more operations available which you can read and which we'll cover if that is applicable for this particular tutorial. Now let me copy this shuffle the cards link, and what I'll do is I'll create a new REST project. So I'll click on this REST button here, paste the whole URL and click OK, right? So you can see the REST project 2 has been created. Let me rename it and name it as deck of cards automation. All right, so what we'll do is we'll do the manual test and then we'll do the automation of this particular deck of cards. Let me close this old Twitter API. Okay, so now you can see here the by default get method is selected and the endpoint is deck of cards api.com. Resource is API/API deck new shuffle, and the deck count is in the parameter. So all right, so we have seen the deck count, so you can update the deck count. So for example, if you want to use the deck count as 1 or 2 or whatever number you are looking for, so you can choose the values here. And if I hit the request now or get request now, it will give me a response with the shuffled deck, right? So you can see the deck ID is here and the remaining cards is 104. So because I have selected the deck count as 2, so it has selected 2 decks of cards. If I choose it as 1, it will return as 52 remaining cards, right? So you can see remaining is 52 and deck ID has changed, and in the success message it's showing as true and shuffled is showing as true. Okay, so that's the first get method for the REST API, and we have hit the request and we have verified the response for the REST API. Now, if you would have seen that we have just created a project and we are directly playing with this particular request that has been created as part of this particular project. Now, in the next tutorial, what we'll do is we'll create a test suite and then do a proper test case structuring and then start doing the manual test and progress further to learn REST API automation as well. Hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching.